is Natalie with the Fifth Journey. We're going to start sitting on the ball today with a nice long neutral spine with our hands on our hips, and we're just going to simply rock back and forth. So tucking your pelvis under and then arching it back slightly, tucking it under and rolling it back. Exhale as you come forward and inhale as you come back. Exhale as you come forward, inhale as you come back. Let's do a couple more. Exhale forward. Think about lifting tall in your spine. And last one, coming forward and then rocking back. Now we're going to go side to side. So going to one side, back to neutral, and the other side, back to neutral. So exhale as you go to one side, inhale as you come back to neutral. Exhale, reverse it, and inhale, come back to neutral. Let's do a few more sets. Exhale, and inhale, exhale, and inhale. Two more. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Sitting up nice and tall. Last one. Exhale, and inhale, and exhale, and inhale. Going into circles, you're going to tilt that pelvis forward and then rolling back all the way around into a circle. Do 5 of them each way. So tucking your pelvis under and rolling around. You can hear the ball crunching around underneath me. And rolling around, sitting up nice and tall. There's 3, 2 more in this direction, and 4. And let's go ahead and finish that 5th one and reverse it the other way. And around. Really loosening up the spine, lengthen through the torso. And around. Breathing nice and easily. Let's do one more. And complete that one. All right, taking your legs out straight, we're going to do kind of a hamstring stretch. So folding forward, starting with your upper back, you're just going to lay forward, relaxing down. Feel a nice stretch in your hamstrings. I have no weight on my arms, so I'm letting the gravity, the weight of my body, pull me forward. And starting with my lower back and my glutes, squeezing my glutes, I'm going to roll up. And then come back down. So starting with my head, I'm going to round down. And then squeezing with my glutes, reverse the movement, rolling up. Let's do 3 more. And rolling down. Nice way to loosen up the back. Stretch those hamstrings and come up. 2 more. Breathing nice and deeply. Think about engaging your core, pulling your belly button in towards your spine as you come up. That will help with the movement, also help protect your lower back. Let's do 1 more. Going down. And then rolling back up to that nice tall seated position. Okay, we're going to slide down just a little bit on the ball so that our lower back is engaged on the ball. Our upper body is lifted. Head is in line, trunk is engaged, core is engaged, belly button pulling towards the spine. We're going to do a partial roll-up, so kind of like what you would do and a roll-up on the floor. So arms are going to go up over your head, and I'm shaking already. And inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. We'll do 5 of them. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Keeping your head in line, pulling that belly button to your spine. Shoulders are down. All right, now we're going to make the movement a little bit larger, coming all the way up, sliding your behind back on the ball. So inhale, and exhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale, and inhale. If you want to go farther down, you can definitely do that. And inhale. Using your abs to engage the movement, to begin the movement. 2 more. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. And we have 1 more. Inhale, and exhale. And exhale. Good. Go ahead and scooping up. We're going to come off the ball and roll around and lay on it. So we're going to be prone on the ball, comfortably laying on it. And this is just relaxing. So we're going to take about 5 breaths, and you're just going to rock back and forth, breathing nice and deeply. This opens up the back, opens up your ribs, your shoulders, relax your pelvis. Just rocking back and forth. Drop your head down. Nice deep breaths, really expand through your ribs. Open that up. Okay, I'm going to slide the ball over just a minute for the next exercise, since I have the door there. Okay, going up with my hands under my shoulders, I'm going to do a twist rotation. So planting my back hands on the ground, I'm going to reach up with my front arm and look towards the ceiling. Try to keep my lower body stabilized. I'm lifting with my navel and then come back down. So reverse the movement, reach up towards the back, and then coming back down. Now you can kind of play with your hip placement. So if you open up your hip here, you have more of a stretch along your side. And coming back down. And go the other way. Now if I push my same hip down, it stretches more of my back. And then coming back down. And lifting up. And coming back down. If you exhale, exhaling on the twist, you think about you're wringing out a rag. So you're really, really exhaling, getting all that air out so you can maximize the stretch. Back down. And then lifting up for the last time. And then coming back down. You're going to roll back. We're going to have a seat on the floor. So taking your ball, and you're going to sit in a moderate second position or a moderate V-sit, so to speak. So sitting tall on top of your sit bones, you don't want to be arched back. You want to sit tall as you can. So if you need to have your legs in more or open more, depending on your flexibility, that's completely fine. You want to have your feet flexed, pointing towards the ceiling. Your toes, don't let them roll in. You either want to have them straight up, or if you have the turnout in your hip, not your knee or ankle, if you have the turnout in your hip, go ahead and try to point them back behind you. So we're going to do a forward stretch in this position. So putting your hands on the front of the ball. All you're going to do is going to round over, start with your crown, rounding over. Exhale as you go down, and inhale as you come up. So this will stretch your hamstrings, will stretch your back. We're going to do 5 times. Exhale down, and inhale to come up. Exhale down, and if you have the flexibility, try to go down farther each time. Try to flatten out that lower back as you come down. So initiate the movement with the crown of your head, taking it to a flat back if you can, and then I'm going to reverse it, initiating with my glutes and coming back up. Let's do 2 more. I did lose count, so let's do 2 more. Going down, come up, and last one, exhale down, and inhale up. Now, you can stay there and do 5 more, or you can go a little bit deeper if your flexibility allows. So I'm going to take my hands a little bit farther down on the ball, and I'm going to go down with more of a flat back to get a deeper stretch, and coming up. Now this time you can stay with a rounded back, you can go with a flat back. If you're doing a flat back, make sure you're using your glutes, you're not using your lower back. So I'm thinking about tilting my pelvis forward from my hips, right here. And I'm squeezing my glutes to come back up, okay? So going down, come back up. Let's go ahead and do 2 more. And if you need to adjust your hands on the ball, walk it out. This is also a nice chest stretch, because as my arms are over my head, it's stretching the front of my chest. And let's go ahead and do 1 more. Exhale. And coming back up. All right, we're going to do a rest pose or a shell stretch. Coming onto your knees. This is a really good one to do at the end of an exercise, but right now we're stretching and warming up. So same thing, putting your hands on the ball. We're going to initiate the movement from our ground, rolling forward. And then using my seat, I'm going to roll back up. So nice massage of the spine. Exhale down. And inhale. Back up. Exhale down. Back up. Inhale. Nice and slow. Exhale down. You hear the train in the background. We've got lots of birds, trains, all sorts of noises. It's springtime in Kansas. And down. And then coming back up using your glutes. Now, same motion, but we're actually going to go side to side. So I'm going to push the ball to the side. This is really great for the side of your body, the obliques. And then coming back up, and I'm going to roll to the other side. If you have just done a seat workout, this is really, really good. So if you've done a bunch of bridges or squats or anything like that that's really working your seat, or the clamshells on the side kick series, this is a really good exercise to do that. And going to the other side. We'll do 2 more sets after this. Now if you want to go a little bit deeper in the stretch and hit more of your glutes, go ahead and slightly take your hips over to that opposite direction, and you'll feel this nice deep stretch all along in here. And then coming back up. Remember to always use your glutes, not your lower back, to pull yourself, especially if you have lower back strain or any issues with your lower back. So when I come up to initiate the movement, I think about lifting with my seat. It's also a good seat workout. So last set, going to the side. And coming back up. And switching sides for last time. Exhale down. And inhale, coming out. Now we're going to go back to that stretch we just did before, the rest pose or the shell stretch, but I'm going to open my knees quite a bit wider, because when I do that, I can get farther down into the stretch. So putting my hands down farther on the ball, I'm going to go forward as far as I can, really opening up the sit bones to that back wall, opening up my chest, and inhale to come up. Good. And going down. Now, depending on what type of stretch you want to get and where you want to stretch, you can either go down with a controlled flat back, or you can roll down, initiate the movement here if you want to stretch more of the upper back. And then initiate the movement with the pelvis. Okay, let's do 2 more. I'm going to keep doing the flat back. That feels the best for me right now. And coming back up, squeezing with my glutes to pull myself up. Last time. And down, exhale. And inhale. This is a good warm-up. It's a good stretch and it's a good warm-up to begin your exercise. I'm going to lie down on my back and put my knees, put the ball under my knees. Lay down comfortably. Hand to the side. We're going to actually do an imprint. So an imprint in Pilates is stabilizing your back against the mat or the floor. So in Pilates, if you have both of your legs on the floor and you're in a neutral spine, that means that your pelvis is, well, keeps rolling your way. The pelvis, if you were to lay something on it, then it is nice and flat. So, and you could have a little bit of space under your back. Imprinting, anytime you have one or both legs off the ground, you want to stabilize your spine. So you're thinking about really pushing it down onto the mat. So this is a good exercise to feel that motion to protect your lower back. So putting the legs on the ball, I'm just going to have my hands down low V. I'm in a neutral spine right now. I'm going to think about pulling in on the deepest parts of my abdominals around my pelvic area, and I'm going to imprint, think about pressing all the way from my shoulder all the way down to my hips into the mat to getting a nice stable spine. And then I'm going to relax. Inhale and exhale to imprint, and inhale to relax. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. And inhale. This is also a nice one to do at the very end. Just to relax, get your thoughts in order. It's nice to use the ball because it gives you a little bit, since the ball is not stable, it gives you a little bit of an idea when your legs are up without the strain to get everything set and stable. Let's go ahead and do one more inhale and exhale. I'm going to give you guys a quick break just to talk about some of the plants in the background. It is May in Kansas right now. So the pretty pink flowers, those are called Mexican primrose. Now when I bought them, they said, the tag said it had about an 18-inch spread. That is incorrect. They are very invasive. So if you want to plant those, do not plant them in a bed that you plan to keep maintained and keep well manicured, because I'm constantly pulling them out where they shouldn't be. They come up in the rocks, they spread like crazy. So they look gorgeous right now, but they do spread. I have allium that is coming up out of them. So if you can kind of see them, they're really tall. They get a globe of flowers of usually white or purple or pink flowers about this big. And then in the background, you see this very unruly vine. There is a bird nesting in there right now, and it already has eggs, and I don't want to mess with it until the babies are gone. So that's an Arctic kiwi. You get these little bitty kiwis on that. It has not fruited yet. It takes about 3 to 5 years to actually get fruit on it. So hopefully we'll get some this year. We'll see. You have to have a male and a female vine for it to actually produce. I have 1 male vine and I have 2 female vines that are growing up. So once the bird is gone, then I will trim that up and make it look better. I have lilies that are growing up. I don't know if you can see those. I have balloon flower. There's gladiolus that will be coming up. The irises are already done. I also have bee balm in the background and some other things that are mixed in. The spring ones, the daffodils, tulips, and hyacinths are already done. Going back to the allium, I wanted to show you this. This is called a giant allium. I think this is just amazing. It does not grow very high. It only grows about this high off the ground. But most of its energy is sent shooting these out. The flowers are like a light pink, but I thought this was just awesome. What I do with the allium, they are done blooming right now, so they're going to seed, is I let them dry out, and on the stalks I just leave them out there because it does provide a visual interest. I let them dry out, and by the time the 4th of July gets around, they're usually pretty good and dry. So I cut them, and then I spray paint them red, white, and blue, and it makes this awesome display because they look like fireworks. So once you spray paint them, you can display them inside. They're really, really cool looking, and I actually have some that I have stored from last year that are still in good condition. So they're dried out, they've been sprayed, and I can just pop those into a vase come the 4th of July.